Hi, Lana.
Hey, Don.
How you doing?
Amazing.
Good. So, I understand that you were born in Kazakhstan from Russian parents, and then you migrated and basically grew up in the United States, right?
Yes, sir.
So, at this point in your life, what brought you to Mexico?
Fired, and it opened up the perfect opportunity for me to get out of the States. Yeah.
And how did you happen to come to Tepoztlán?
Well, I moved to Cuernavaca first and wanted to establish a sense of, home there for a minute while I traveled around the Mexico cities and just explored different towns and cities and get a feel of where I really wanted to plant my roots. And so Tepoztlán just happens to be about 30 minutes west of Cuernavaca.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up here.
Great.
Yeah.
And what was your first impression when you arrived, if you remember?
Wow.
You've been there a few days, right?
For sure, yeah. My first impression was the mountains, the jungle, and how everybody's living here just kind of on top of these mountains, these beautiful mountains here, and they're making life work. You know, they don't really mind walking up all these steep hills to get to their homes, and it was beautiful. Honestly, it doesn't even feel like it's real life. It doesn't feel like this is what the world looks like. It's breathtaking.
And then how do you find the social climate here so far, the political social
But I
climate?
noticed that people here are very friendly, very kind. In America, if somebody doesn't speak English, then you'll often hear like, "Oh, learn the language," like, "Why are you here in America? Go back to Mexico," kind of thing. But people here are completely the opposite. They're very helpful. They wanna work with you, and if you don't know the language, they'll somehow try to communicate it through anyways, and just very friendly, very peaceful beings here. Probably because the life here is so simple and easygoing. Yeah.
So I understand you're kind of searching in not just for the physical aspect, but also for your tribe, like-minded people.
Absolutely.
Did you get a sense today when we were in the little market that there might be some opportunities there?
Yeah, for sure. I'm getting more of a understanding how big this community really is, the community that wants to live, intentionally and be more self-sustaining versus depending on the government and on the systems and on all of these little programs that we were indoctrinated into believing that are here for our benefit, and for our safety, and yet they're not. They're kind of screwing all of us over, little by little.
So we're talking about what Mexico is like to you. What do you feel you bring to this country? Because it seems like you might possibly want to live here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I definitely want to live here. I want to plant my roots in Mexico, just not entirely sure which city yet. Tepoztlán is an amazing place, very magical town, and the energy here is so pure, and it feels like being an entrepreneur in Mexico is a lot easier. So I definitely believe that having a self-sustaining community would be here in Mexico. Nowhere else in the world I believe that it would be this easy to do. There's so many homes and people that just sell food right outside their own houses. That would be impossible to do in the States, and pretty much anywhere else you would go. So Mexico just seems to be so friendly and actually community based. Even if you look at how people are living with their own families, they all kind of live together. Somebody gets married, they just build on another room. Somebody else gets married in the family, they build on another room. They have grandmothers and aunts and uncles all living together. So the idea of community is here.
What's your contribution?
Well, definitely bringing the rest of my people out of the country here and establishing a community, one that we can serve the people of Mexico, with just better understanding of nutrition and ways of life, because the same way as we were programmed in the States, to believe that like eating certain things is okay, but then years later we feel the linings of our tummies are not right, and we're trying, and we have all of these sensitivities and health issues that occur, and just all sorts of issues that come up. Same thing with Mexico. I do see that a lot of the food here isn't very healthy. It's fried. There's a lot of meat in the dishes that they serve here, a lot of gluten and dairy, and those things are becoming intolerable for our systems to digest and to deal with, especially the younger generation, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I want to bring good health, nutritious health to the country and with
Great.
my community for sure.
Sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to interview you as a person with fresh eyes, just recently arrived. So thank you so much for this interview, Lana.
Yeah. Thank you, Don. I appreciate the time.